Всем привет, друзья! Мы продолжаем играть во второй Kingdom Come Deliverance. Мы вроде наконец-то протрезвели и избавились от главных болей. Чем я теперь хочу заняться? Искать Мари... ебать. Далековато что-то Марика ищется. Подсказчик по местам. У меня запись пошла в итоге? Да. Все, вижу. То показывается, то нет. Херня какая-то. Ну да, в принципе, можно квест сейчас пойти сдать. Для этого нужно сюда телепортироваться. Погнали. Давайте остановимся, отдохнем.
Hey, fellow, pull up for a tankard of mead.
Can't say no to that.
Когда он там ложку положил мастерски. Я тут получил какой-то уровень. В чем-то где-то. Выживание. Смотрим. Попадает цель в грудь, ты наносишь на 10% больше урона. Тоже справедливо. И при выстреле в спину. О. Блин, ну... Такая вот эта вот тема пока лучше всего подходит. В смысле украсть? Нам предложили потусить. Почему украсть?
God bless you, miners. Where are you headed?
Greetings. Where? To bathe our bones in the fresh air. You know, man. For us, the sun is what you might call a precious commodity.
That makes sense. So you found a nice seam in these parts, eh?
Nah, man. There's nothing here. Me and the Maras are on our way somewhere better. We heard tell somewhere near Sasau they're after yakkers like us to open up some manways and new drift mouths. And there's some nice chink in it.
Chink?
Aye, I could spill it to you, kidder, seeing as you're not one of us. There's no way you'd fit into our breech leathers. Good addling's there for every yakker, you know.
You can tell me about cleats and breech leathers all you want, but I've no idea what you're talking about.
Right you are, kidder. Lad, it's Midas talk. I should have known from the off we ought to clear that canch out for you.
I hope that's not as painful as it sounds. And how come there's not more of you?
Aye, that's a tricky question. The Maris in Kuttenberg are at it at hammer and tongs, and our fellas have been sent for all the way from Aragon and that. And a lot of us is spading wells and ditches.
Aye, it's a tough old world right now.
Nowadays, they're so desperate for hewers, they're even paying Arleys and smart money.
Why do you have bows with you? I almost mistook you for hunters.
Oh, that? Nothing that peculiar. You see, King Wenceslas himself gave us yakkers his royal seal of approval to dabble in a bit of archery. And in Kuttenberg, the yakkers gather once a year for a grand tournament.
Did I hear you say something about Sasau?
Aye, man, you didn't all. Sigismund set the whole place ablaze. The mining in Skalitz has gone to hell and the yakkers with it. And the props burnt out and all.
I know the place. I'm actually from Skalitz.
Well then, kidder, tell it to us straight. What the fuck kind of backcast happened there that they ruined it that bad?
Is that scum Sigismund? His Cumans butchered everyone.
Aye, and now Sigismund set up camp outside Kuttenberg and he's eyeing up their silver and all.
How about you and me have a wager on our shooting skills?
What the hell? Why not? At least it'll while away the time. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Crossbow.
All right. What do you feel up to? Because it's not going to be free.
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers. Meanwhile, you can get ready and wait for the signal. Get in line. And we're off. Dear God, I'm never going to hit the bullseye at this rate.
Пиздец, промазал. Еще, конечно, с лука лучше.
I'm only picking up a point at a time here.
Another decent shot.
Well, I've done worse.
2 points. Not great, not terrible.
If only my aim was always that good.
I'm shooting like Apollo himself today.
Damn it! I'm only picking up a point at a time here.
Bang, bang.
Нихуя себе он там стреляет.
Oh, come on, just one bullseye, that's all I'm asking.
Я второе место.
A win for once.
So you have a weapon.
Come here.
Big
Good doggy, good boy.
What is... Are you whistling just for fun?
Как там уровень набил. По-моему, первая прокачка лука.
Oh, you poo.
Quick! Gah! Gah! Whoa! Whoa!
Какая залупа. Есть на лошадь, блядь, на У русскую. Слезть с нее на Че. В первой части на Че залезть, на Че слезть. Было поудобнее как-то. Вообще какой-то хуйней занимаются.
So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water. But the river there has a powerful current.
The dead man had been floating down the river for at least a week.
Without anyone noticing.
Exactly. And that's not all. The dead man had a gold chain round his neck. Can you believe it?
Someone bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
I solved your problem.
Ah, my drinking problem.
No, not that one.
I should think not, since I don't have one.
I meant the poacher. I dealt with him. I found him and made sure he doesn't poach again. The fella scarpered, and he's never coming back.
I'd rather see a noose around his neck. He might have just moved to a different spot. Or maybe you're talking bollocks and you didn't find any poacher. But whatever. If you say he's packed it in, I'll believe you. What choice have I got? Right. How about another one? This poacher pisses me off even more than the last one. So I hope you'll help me with him.
I'm ready. Where does this poacher hunt?
Under the candlestick, where it's darkest. A short way from here, around Vidlac Pond. That's why I don't go far from the lodge, see? The problem is, it's a damn big area. Almost all the northwestern woodlands. And it's uphill and all.
I get it. What should I do with this poacher?
Same as last time. I know we have a poacher around here. Only I haven't been able to catch him. If you can find him, catch him and take him to the bailiff. I'll sleep a lot more peacefully, see?
Right. Find him, catch him, bring him in. Is there anyone around here who might know something?
Ask the tanner in the valley. Or even better, ask his neighbour, the fisherman's wife. She'll tell you twice as much as that old soak.
Right. Right. I'll take a look around Vidlac Pond for the poacher.
Thanks, and good luck.
Пиздец.
God bless you.
I'm trying to track down a poacher who's hunting around here.
That's an important mission. But sorry, I don't know nothing about it.
I want to ask you something anyway.
Better me than the neighbours anyway. Especially Pavlik's old woman. Have you talked to her?
No, I haven't spoken to her. Why?
That's good. For sure she and her old man would tell you I'm the poacher.
They would? Why?
Those Pavliks ain't very nice folk. Old Pavlik ain't too bad, but that wife of his... I don't know why, but all of a sudden she thinks I'm the root of all evil.
I see. I imagine it's not easy living next to them. Still, I'd like to ask you a few questions anyway. Maybe you know something that could help.
As you like.
Why did the Pavliks hate you so much?
I don't know. But if Prague was to go up in flames, the Pavliks would run straight to the bailiff and swear it was me what did it.
Did you have some falling out with them?
Nothing I know of. We never talked much. I'm not the kind of fella that's at the centre of things. I like my peace and quiet.
Well, still seems odd to me, though.
You're telling me? At least you don't have to live next to them.
Have you seen any tracks left by the poacher?
I haven't. I wouldn't even know what to look for.
You know, animal carcasses, guts, a camp in the woods.
Ah, I see. No, I ain't seen nothing. I don't go walking in the woods much. At most, I go to Troskovitz for hides. Or to the village here to the north.
I don't know of any village that way. What's it called?
It's pretty far. I call it Upper on account of it being uphill.
Have you any idea where the poacher might be hiding out?
God knows. It's all deep forest, so he could be anywhere. Maybe somewhere close to the game he poaches.
Yeah, that's good thinking. Do you know of any place like that?
Well, not far from here there's a clearing in the hills where we used to go to watch deer. But I don't know if any stags goes there anymore.
I didn't know that. If I can't think of anything better, I'll go and take a look.
But don't get your hopes up.
How's trade?
It's going well. There's demand.
Who do you sell most to?
Depends. I take everything to Troskovitz, and there I see what's what. But the better hides go for fancy shoes and clothes. Things for the gentry and that.
Where'd you get the hides? From some suspicious fellas in the forest?
No, I ain't like that. I have an agreement with the huntsmen and their hands, who bring me what they hunt. But it's not that often. They don't bring much. And not the best stuff neither. More often they bring me hides from the village. They butcher animals and skin them, and everything is processed. I do the hides.
So you're a tanner? Only a fool would think you wouldn't find hides at your place.
Indeed. Trade's good. So I've got a lot of various quality and origin. I don't bother with envious folks.
Thanks. That's all.
Вот и поговорили. Ну, хоть он и отозвался не очень о его соседях, но я все равно с ними поговорю.
Vostatek charged me with rooting out the poacher causing trouble round here. Have you seen or heard anything suspicious?
You bet I have. The tanner's the poacher.
I've already talked to the tanner. He had a feeling you'd accuse him.
Too bloody right.
Poaching's a serious accusation. Are you sure he's the poacher?
I'm sure. He earns much too much coin for an ordinary tanner.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean he's poaching, though.
He's rolling in it. He can't have that from honest work. Why else would he head off into the forest every other week, eh? If it ain't him, it's someone in league with him. Someone who lives in Witch's Copse.
Witch's Copse?
There's a path behind our outhouse. If you go along it for a while, you'll come to a cross in the forest. And north of that, there's this big clearing. And Witch's Copse is beyond that. Folk are afraid to go there. It's guarded by old pagan idols.
Interesting. Where does your hatred for the tanner come from?
I beg your pardon? You come here asking questions and you're impertinent to boot.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound bad.
Is there an 11th commandment that I have to love every vagabond who moves in next door? I couldn't give a damn about him, if you want to know. He lives like a king, and he never done us any good. And he's always making nasty faces at me, like, ha, look at you, you beggar.
I understand. He's a bastard.
Aye.
So the tanner does well out of his trade?
Does well. He's on the pig's back, and no one ever made that kind of coin out of tanning hides. It'd be a miracle if he wasn't guilty.
Or maybe he's just very skilled.
Skilled my arse, you numbskull. He's a puffed-up idiot, a botcher, and a bastard.
Have you got any proof that the tanner is poaching?
Did you see all them hides?
The tanner's a tanner. So he has hides. What of it?
Exactly. You saw he ain't afraid of putting them on show. Even buckskin. He knows if he puts them on show, nobody'll question it. He wouldn't be so suspicious. But you know what I'd like to know? What's he got hidden in his workshop, eh? Apart from hides.
Have you ever seen the tanner poaching with your own two eyes?
I haven't actually seen him, but I'm quite sure it's him. I just know it. I'll gladly confirm it, even to a judge.
I'm afraid that won't be enough when there's no material proof. That'll be all. Thanks.
Be sure and check him out. And don't forget he's a crook.
I'll bear that in mind. Thanks for the advice and all the information.
You're quite welcome. Justice must be done. Take care then, and have a pleasant evening.
Ну, на самом деле будет забавно, если кожевник этот реально дичкрат. А мастерскую его не проверить, да? Очень сложно. Ладно, давайте попробуем без воровства все-таки. Или сюда есть еще один проход какой-то. Да.
The tanner's got more than just a few hides here. Some trophies too. But what would you expect from a tanner?
Это всё можно украсть. Анимацию не сделали на то, чтобы открыть. С помощью защелки. Хотя, с другой стороны, если бы была защелка заперта, то с другой стороны же не откроешь, правильно? Ну ладно.
I'm here again on a...
I see. Found anything?
You could say I took a look inside your workshop and found some trophies there.
How dare you sneak into my workshop?
I did it because I want to find the poacher.
Now look here. I'll overlook your snooping in my workshop where you've got no business being. Instead, I'll give you one piece of advice. Next time you have any suspicions, you ought to just ask me.
I did ask you.
And you told me you believe me. That it don't seem suspicious that a tanner has hides. Ain't that right?
Maybe I didn't ask you about all the details.
That's your problem. Now bugger off.
Блин, даже не дали вариантов выбрать. Блять, ладно. Она сказала, за их домом тропка есть. Может, нам про эту тропку? Но область была бы побольше в прошлый раз, правильно? Блин, ночью еще ни хера не видно. Это проблема. О.
Here's another camp, and I bet that fella can tell me something about it. Nice camp. All these hides and gutted deer.
Eh? Fucking hell!
Gamekeeper Vostatek has been looking for you.
What does he want? The garlic I harvest here?
He wants us to go and see the Troskovitz bailiff together.
I ain't going. I'd rather croak out here in the forest. So keep your distance.
Listen, I want to give you a chance to think again about what you're doing here. You may have had a good run, but that's over now. So take it like a man and stop talking bollocks about garlic.
Kurva. So it really is all over.
We're going to see the bailiff.
All right.
Не дали залутаться. Ибо это вот далеко. Ну ладно.
Vostatek told you I might be bringing you some poachers. So here's one for you. He chose the forest round Vidlak Pond.
No, please! It's too late for begging. You're for the noose.
Наблюдаешь за казнью Чичикрада. Да.
I have to make a record in the Chronicle.
I'd like to ask about that diabolical apparition.
And what's that got to do with me? Best be on your way.
Голос. Это ж не краденое считается. Нет, все нормально.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
I've seen those. You talk like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men, and that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
Так, ну шо? С Дичекратством мы разобрались. Теперь можно возвращаться обратно к Войслову. Докладывать ему все. Но я от него далеко сейчас. Может, по пути к нему куда-то заглянуть, еще что-то сделать. Не знаю. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь, а главное комментируйте, чтобы я мог с вами общаться. До скорых